The Tailor of Gloucester. A long time ago there lived an old tailor in Gloucester town. He worked from morning till dark, sewing and snipping for others. He himself was poor and wore threadbare clothes. One cold day before Christmas the tailor began a cherry-colored silk coat embroidered with pansies and roses for the mayor. When the snow began falling against the window panes, the tailor put down his work, for the day was done. Everything was in order and measured exactly. The only thing left to do was to buy some cherry-colored silk thread for the final buttonhole of the vest. The tailor went home after first closing the window, locking the shop door, and taking the key. No one lived there at night but little brown mice, and they came and went freely through trapdoors and underground passageways that connected the houses in Gloucester. The tailor came home to the room that he shared with his cat Simpkin. "Meow," said the cat when his master entered. The tailor was tired from his work. He sent Simpkin to buy a few things for supper and a bit of cherry-colored silk thread to finish the mayor's vest the next day. After the cat left, the tailor sat down near the fireplace, talking to himself about the embroidered coat and vest. Suddenly he jumped up. Little noises, tip-tap, 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 tip, came from the hutch where he kept his dishes. The tailor went to look. Again from under a teacup came little noises. He lifted it up, and out stepped a little lady mouse. She curtsied and scampered away. The tailor sat down again and talked to himself about the mayor's coat and vest. Once again he heard little noises, tip-tap, 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 tip, from the hutch. "This is extraordinary!" he exclaimed. The tailor turned over another teacup, and out stepped a little gentleman mouse. He bowed and scampered away. Then came a chorus of little tappings. Out from under teacups and bowls came many little mice, who hopped down and scurried away. The tailor returned to his chair and began muttering about the work to be done on the coat and vest. All the mice came out again to listen and whisper. Then they ran away down the passages between the houses until not one was left in the tailor's kitchen. When Simpkin returned, the tailor asked, "Where is my thread? Where is my thread?" Simpkin set down his packages, but secretly hid one in the teapot. He growled and spit at the tailor, and if he had been able to talk, he would have said, "Where is my mouse?" for he had been expecting dinner. "Oh, I am ruined without the thread!" cried the tailor, and he sadly went to bed. All night Simpkin searched for mice, but he could find none. By morning the tailor was ill with fever and could not work. In fact, he stayed in bed for 3 days and 3 nights. What would become of the mayor's coat and vest? At midnight on Christmas Eve the clock struck, and Simpkin set out to wander the snowy streets. Under the eaves of houses sang starlings and sparrows. Grackles awoke in the cathedral tower, and the robins began to chirp all over town. All this made poor Simpkin very hungry indeed. Most surprising was a glow of light that seemed to be coming from the tailor's shop. When Simpkin crept up to peep in the windows, he found the shop filled with lighted candles. The air was filled with the sound of scissors snipping and thread snapping and little mouse voices singing. "Mew, mew," said Simpkin, and he scratched on the door. The key was back at home under the tailor's pillow, so that he could not get in. The little mice only laughed and sang a new song. "Mew, mew," said Simpkin again, but the mice ignored him. They simply clicked away with their needles and thimbles. When the cat scratched at the window sill, the mice closed the shutters on him, and they went back to their sewing. When Simpkin went home, He found the tailor feeling much better and sleeping peacefully. The cat went on tiptoe to the teapot and took out the package he had hidden. It was the cherry-colored silk thread the tailor needed so badly. Simpkin felt ashamed for having hidden it. When the tailor awoke on Christmas morning, the first thing he saw on the quilt was a bit of cherry-colored thread. Beside the bed stood his apologetic cat. Happily the tailor got dressed and went to his shop with Simpkin running before him. He thought he could work on the coat and vest, though he could not hope to finish them on time. But there on the table, oh joy, was the loveliest cherry-colored silk coat ever worn by a mayor of Gloucester, and a satin vest embroidered all over with flowers. Everything was perfect except for one little detail. The last buttonhole on the vest. Pinned to the cloth was a note with the teeniest script, "No more thread." Gratefully the tailor finished the buttonhole. From that day forward his luck improved, and he grew quite rich. He made the most wonderful coats for the wealthiest citizens of Gloucester, and for fine gentlemen all over England. What made his handiwork so special was the buttonholes. The stitches were so small you could not help but wonder how an old man with crooked fingers could have made them. The stitches were so small that they might have been made by little mice.